My name is Jo Frencken. I am Emeritus Associate Professor in Minimal Intervention Dentistry from the University of the Radboud University in Nijmegen, the Netherlands. I would like to talk about the ART technique. The ART technique was developed almost 40 years ago. It was taken up by the World Health Organization about 30 years ago. And the latest systematic review showed that in terms of survival of restorations, there was no statistically significant difference between the ART technique and the traditional technique that used amalgam and or composite as a restorative material. Well, initially we said we would use adhesive materials. But over these years, researchers, dentists have individually, from all parts of the world, came up with the use of a glass ionomer. Initially a medium viscosity glass ionomer, but thereafter a high viscosity glass ionomer cement. And that is actually the standard of the ART technique as a restorative and or as a sealant material. It has a number of advantages, the glass ionomer. Firstly, I would say it is not toxic, but that is something that was not a driving force in the beginning. I think the driving force was the fact that a glass ionomer is not set immediately, not like with a composite where you put a light on and then suddenly it becomes hard, it's polymerized. Here, the glass ionomer can be used after some time, so that means that you can modify it with hand instruments, and hand instruments is an essential part of the ART technique. And over the years, the glass ionomer has improved in quality in terms of its physical characteristics, but also in terms of its biological characteristics, because it has it remineralizes dentin that is left behind, and that is a very nice, it's a very nice what was found in terms of the goals set by the FDI and by the International Association of Dental Research to have a biomimetic material as a replacement for amalgam. And I think glass ionomer comes closest to it. Glass hybrid, I think, is the next step. But they've come up with some improvements. Improvements in the powder. I think they have reduced the size of the powder, which would make the material stronger. And the second thing, they have changed the liquid, which introduces a much longer polymerization chain, which in fact also makes the material stronger. So in that, I think the glass hybrid may have a very bright future because it is based on logic. The development is based on logic. I think if one would use the ART, best is to follow a course or to read a book. But if you follow a course, it doesn't need to be that long. It can be in an afternoon. Then a lecturer or an instructor may inform you about the tricks. One of the things that I have experienced in people that wanted to use the ART is they wanted to even open very, very small cavities. And I would say don't do that, because we don't have the instruments to do it, and the enamel is very hard. Another very important thing within the ART is know the morphology of the enamel and the dentin, and know the caries process. How does it progress from the outside of the enamel through the enamel inside the dentin? That is essential. And of course, one has to know how to manipulate, in the positive sense, the glass ionomer or the glass hybrid used to either fill or seal a decayed tooth.